She didn't get kidnapped. She just ghosted me. After 8 years of marriage, no goodbye, no explanation, just silence. So when I found out where she was working, I sent the divorce papers to her office, right to her desk, in front of her entire team. I woke up at 6:45 a.m., just like every other day. No alarm. My body knew the drill. 8 years of routine will do that to you. But the house felt wrong. There was no hum of the hairdryer, no podcast echoing from the bathroom while she got ready, no sound of Alyssa in the kitchen, blending one of her overpriced smoothies and humming to some indie playlist. Just silence. Heavy, lingering. I walked downstairs. The blender was untouched. Her keys weren't on the hook. Her gym shoes gone. Strange, but not alarming. She was a freelancer, marketing consultant, flexible schedule. That was the appeal, right? Maybe she had an early client call. Maybe she needed air. I checked my phone. No texts, no missed calls. Still, something itched at the back of my mind. By noon, I'd called her twice, straight to voicemail. I sent a text. All good? Nothing. By dinner time, I was calling every hour. By 10, I was pacing. Her location history was blank. Find my iPhone? Disabled. I texted her sister. No answer. I messaged her best friend, Kira. Hey, is Alyssa with you? She hasn't come home. She read it. Didn't reply. That night, I didn't sleep. Not a second. I sat in our dark bedroom, staring at the empty side of the bed like it might blink back. The next morning, I started noticing the gaps. Her toothbrush was still wet. But the towel rack was empty. Half her closet, gone. One suitcase missing from the hall closet. The nightstand drawer half open, the one where she kept her passport. And right then, it hit me. She hadn't been taken. She hadn't had a breakdown. She hadn't died. She left. No note, no goodbye, no explanation. She just disappeared. We were married for 8 years. No kids, by choice. We had a rhythm, shared passwords, groceries on Sundays, Friday night Thai takeout. Sure, things had changed. We were busier, colder, conversations shorter, fewer touches, more silence. But never, never did I imagine this. No fridge note, no late-night tearful voicemail. Not even a fight to send me off with. Just absence. People always ask, what hurts more, being betrayed or being ignored? Let me tell you. Silence. Silence is a knife that doesn't stop twisting. 3 weeks passed. Then finally, a clue. The bank called. Fraud alert on our joint credit card. A $382 charge at a steakhouse. Champagne. 2 entrees. Location, Denver. We lived in Seattle. That card was still in her wallet. I called the restaurant. The hostess hesitated, then read off the reservation name, Alyssa Monroe. Her maiden name, ghosted isn't the word. This wasn't ghosting. This was precision. She turned off every notification, unfriended mutuals on Instagram, changed her name back on LinkedIn. I started digging through old emails, shared documents. She'd been applying for jobs in Colorado for 6 months. I found resumes, cover letters, even a new PDF portfolio she never showed me. She'd interviewed at a company called Evercore Marketing Group. I Googled it. Modern, trendy, exactly her vibe. I clicked on their Meet the Team page, and there she was, smiling, confident, new city, new job, new version of herself. Alyssa Monroe, senior brand strategist. No mention of Seattle. No mention of being married. Just a clean, professional rebrand. I didn't eat for 2 days. I couldn't focus at work. I couldn't function. I kept going back to her last Instagram message to me. A heart emoji. Sent 2 days before she vanished. I called her again, and again. Voicemail. One night, I pulled out our wedding album. God, we looked young, hopeful. The woman in those photos didn't exist anymore, and maybe the man she married didn't either. The next morning, I called my lawyer. I didn't tell him what happened, didn't explain the ghosting, didn't offer a single tear, just said, I want a clean divorce, and I want her to sign it in person. He asked for an address. I gave him the one I found on Evercore's website, and then added one last instruction. Make sure it gets delivered during office hours, and stamp it, confidential, legal service. I didn't even cry when she left. Not because it didn't hurt, it did, but because even my grief was confused. How do you mourn someone who isn't dead? Someone who didn't leave you a reason or a goodbye, just empty drawers and silence. I kept asking myself if I'd missed the signs. Did I tune her out one too many times? Did she stop loving me quietly while I was too busy refilling the gas tank, buying groceries, and building a life? But no matter how much I overanalyzed it, her exit wasn't impulsive. It was planned. And I was about to find proof. 3 weeks after she left, my credit card company flagged a charge. A $382 dinner at a steakhouse in downtown Denver. We lived in Seattle. I called the restaurant, played it cool. Just trying to track some charges. Can you confirm the name on the reservation? The hostess hesitated, then said, Alyssa Monroe. Her maiden name. That night I couldn't sleep. I sat on the floor of our bedroom with my back against the cold wall and opened up our old shared Google Drive. She must have forgotten I still had access. There it all was. Resumes, cover letters, interview prep notes. There was even a folder named Denver Vision Board. Inside were screenshots of downtown apartments, local gyms, co-working spaces, even pictures of hair salons. She hadn't disappeared. She'd relocated, without a word. I opened her LinkedIn next. She'd updated it just 3 days earlier. New city, new job title, new last name. Alyssa Monroe, Senior Brand Strategist at Evercore. Smiling in a perfectly filtered headshot, standing against some exposed brick backdrop with a soy latte in hand. I stared at that photo for a long time. 8 years, deleted in a click. I flew to Denver the following weekend, didn't tell anyone, didn't even pack much, just a carry-on and a reason. I parked outside her building around 4:50 p.m., watched as employees filtered out in business casual waves. At 5:11 she walked out, alive, well, laughing like nothing ever happened. She looked lighter, not better, just unburdened. Like someone who had shed an entire life behind them without a second thought. I didn't go up to her, didn't yell, didn't chase. I just watched from behind tinted glass and let the truth sit in my chest like a brick. When I got back to Seattle, I contacted a divorce attorney. His name was Graham, sharp, polite, precise. I didn't vent, didn't sob, just laid out the facts like bullet points. He asked if I wanted to file locally or track her down first. She's in Denver, I said. She's working? He asked. I nodded. He tapped a pen against his legal pad and smiled without joy. Good, let's serve her there. I made one specific request. Don't deliver the papers to her apartment, I said. She ghosted me. I want her next chapter to know what she ran from. He raised an eyebrow. Her office, her desk. 3 days later, Graham texted me a photo. It showed a man in a dress shirt signing for a sealed envelope at Evercore's front desk. Stamped in red across the front. Confidential, legal service. I stared at that photo for a long time. I imagined her opening it during her lunch break, flipping through each page, seeing my name in bold across the top. Petition for dissolution of marriage, filed, final, official. With full documentation of everything she tried to run from, bank withdrawals, account logs, the lease in Denver signed while she was still living with me. Every receipt included. every lie boxed and labeled. She texted me later that night, the first message I'd gotten from her in 89 days. Alyssa. What the hell, Daniel? That was humiliating. You sent divorce papers to my job. Then another. We could have talked. You didn't have to go this far. I left her on red. Because when she left, she didn't give me that courtesy. A day later, our mutual friends started reaching out. Some were confused, some were angry. Dude, Alyssa told people you were the one who bailed. She said you were emotionally distant and borderline abusive. She said she had no choice. I didn't argue. Instead, I uploaded a single PDF to a shared drive. Inside, the credit card charges, her travel records, screenshots of her signed lease, a copy of her email to Evercore's HR department accepting the position. I sent the link to 5 people. No commentary, no defense, just facts, cold, undeniable, and quiet. It happened on a Thursday, the kind of day that looked ordinary from the outside. But when you're finally delivering justice, the sky feels different. The air tastes sharper. I got a photo in my inbox, time-stamped, clear. A man in a pale blue dress shirt, standing at the front desk of Evercore's Denver office, signing for a beige envelope. Confidential. Legal service, stamped across the front in bold red. That envelope contained every ounce of silence she'd left me with. Every unanswered question. Every night I stared at the ceiling asking, why? And now, it was in her hands. I didn't need to be there to know how it unfolded. I could see it all in my head like a scene I'd already written. She gets called out of her glass-walled meeting room. The receptionist hands her the envelope. Maybe she laughs nervously. Maybe she thinks it's a contract. Then she reads the first page. Petition for dissolution of marriage. Daniel Ross Ver. Alyssa Monroe Ross. That's when the smile fades. That's when the reality sets in. The life she ran from. It's staring her down, line by notarized line. 2 hours later, my phone buzzed. First message from her in almost 3 months. Alyssa. What the hell, Daniel? Alyssa. You sent divorce papers to my job? Alyssa. That was humiliating. We could have talked. You didn't need to go this far. I stared at the screen, read it once. Then I locked my phone and set it face down. No reply. She made her silence. I just mailed it back. The next ripple hit 24 hours later. Mutual friends started texting, some with concern, some with confusion. One said, Hey man, Alyssa's saying you blindsided her, said you ghosted her. Is that true? Another, she told people you were emotionally abusive, that you made her leave. I didn't argue, didn't rant, didn't beg for anyone's understanding. I just uploaded a folder to Google Drive. Inside it, screenshots of her signed apartment lease in Denver. Her offer letter from Evercore, dated 2 weeks before she disappeared. Credit card statements from restaurants, hotels, all while she was missing. A copy of the unsubmitted divorce petition I found in her drawer. Then I shared the folder with 5 people. One of them was her sister. The next day, her sister called me. Her voice cracked halfway through. I didn't know. She told me she said you hurt her. I didn't say much. Didn't need to. The truth did the talking. One of Alyssa's co-workers, someone I didn't know, found me on LinkedIn. He messaged me, said she left the office early that day and hadn't returned since. Said she'd spent the entire lunch break in the stairwell, clutching the envelope. Said she didn't speak to anyone, just packed her bag and vanished. Karma doesn't always scream when it shows up. Sometimes it walks into your office in a beige envelope and ruins your rebrand. A week passed, then came her final message, Alyssa. I didn't know how to leave. I just needed to start over. I didn't expect you to find me. I'm sorry I hurt you. I didn't respond. I'd already responded. Through the legal system, through the delivery man, through every piece of quiet evidence that spoke louder than her absence ever did. 3 weeks later, the divorce was finalized. Clean, efficient, signed and stamped. She waived any claim to joint assets. Didn't even contest it, just signed. I didn't tell anyone. Didn't post. Didn't brag. Some victories don't need applause. I changed my number. Deleted the wedding album. Donated the last of her clothes I'd left boxed in the garage. And then I moved forward. 6 months after she vanished, I stood in a new apartment. Smaller, simpler, but mine. No echoes of her perfume, no shared memories clinging to the curtains. Just clean walls and a coffee mug that said, "Do not disturb." I didn't hate her. Hate implies you're still holding something. I let it all go, and in that letting go, I finally got back everything she tried to take when she walked away without a word. Some people walk away like they never knew you. Others walk away and get handed the ending they never saw coming. She disappeared like I didn't matter. So I reminded her who she left, in front of her entire new life.